Go.
Yeah, you're on Wild Team to Stand.
This isn't the AP channel, Smart Mouth.
Alright, as you seen last time, we got the back all situated, taken care of. Now we're going to turn our attention to the inside of this mess. And she's a mess in here. Start getting some of this junk popped off. We're going to move this handle, redo the dash. This is roughly the plan for this right now. Is something like this. We got to fabricate that up. We're going to add a turn brake in here and a new switch for the Ugas, because for speed Ugas that just won't cut it. So we got to do something with this. Changing this, we're going to fab up a whole new dash. We're going to fabricate up a whole new dash in here. Get that situated. Make it so a steering wheel doesn't rattle like that. And we got a new steering wheel to go on here. And gonna replumb his brake lines so they're not getting beat up, and get a better way to attach them rather than electrical tape, and basically get the car so it's not just held together with duct tape anymore. And one thing we're definitely going to do is get rid of the key switch and get switches that work. Yeah, and just start slowly piecing away at this thing again. Let's get to work. Yeah, so his dash panel up here, what we're thinking we'll do is down here we'll put a piece that comes across, and we're going to run 2 bars up so that we can round these edges up in there. And for that, we just got a simple little piece of 1-inch pipe. You know, for this non-structural stuff, we'll use pipe. For anything structural, you got to use tube. So let's get this in the pipe bender and get to work. And yeah, that looks like garbage. I went a little too far. Let's do that again.
You wanna know what that's called? That's called pulling a wild wiener. Yeah!
What we're gonna do to this guy to make hopefully more of a radius bend is move the rollers. Basically move them from this guy to this guy. Actually, move them from this guy to that guy. We're gonna move them from this guy to this guy, and hopefully that'll give us a better bend rather than this kinked up piece of junk. Alright, let's try it again. So now that we got a new piece bent up, we're going to change the plan a little bit. If you can see that, we're going to make it more of a V shape coming down, which will give them a wider console right here for switches and doodads, and it'll be easier to fabricate rather than this skinny guy. Let's go make another one. Just going by eye, I'm going to say that's pretty close. Look at that. We're like dead on. Boom! Do it. Alright, we're looking at something roughly like this. Let's see, for this piece down here, let's go, I don't know, 3.5 inches. Let's make it happen. Alright, keeping with the whole Wild J Rust and Scratches theme thing we got going on here, we're going to use a piece of the old car. So, go roughly 3.5 inches right there. we got that piece cut out. Get a little roundy round in here. Get this guy on. Then we'll start fabricating. Why? We'll get this guy and get this part fabricated. Yeah, that'll work. Good enough for what it's for. Uh-oh, car's on fire again. Go see what we got. And Miller, just for you, just like keeping with tradition, we're leaving the pipe welds on. I know how much you like that. Alright, we're getting these guys. Alright, we got these guys cut out. We're gonna angle that up to give them a fit. Woo! Car's on fire again. So we got the new dash tacked in. We're gonna have to cut these ends off and clean it up a bunch, but she's tacked in. She looks pretty straight. All right, now that we got the dash started, we're gonna start probably on his turn brake, getting that mount. So we gotta remove his hood, which is actually bolted on, which is a rarity for Miller. I'm proud of you. You actually have bolts in this. Well, and some zip ties, but more bolts than zip ties. That's a good start. More bolts than zip ties. And what? Really, Miller? Come on. You got Cheetos by your brake pedal. And a Mountain Dew. You got like a whole grocery store in here, Miller. Look how dirty your car is.
Wait, what is those?
Miller,
There's some Cheetos down there.
I wonder if he's leaking fluid. He's got a lot of sand sticking down there. I'll have to check into that. But there we go. I don't know where the cover to your fuse panel is, but roughly the plan is to get this guy mounted up in here. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna do that. Let's think about this. While we're pondering that situation, we can pull this panel off because we know what's coming off. When we redo all this, we're gonna have actual mounts on here, not just sheet metal screws. Not just sheet metal screws and duct tape. This panel is literally duct taped on. Oh, there's 2 sheet metal screws. 2 sheet metal screws and duct tape. Yeah, we're gonna get it mounted up right and hopefully get rid of the wild J rattle. Alright, got the panel all taken off. And really? So zip tie, duct tape, electrical tape, zip ties. Was anything held this car with nuts and bolts? It literally is just duct tape and zip ties. But yeah, we are gonna have to check into this. It definitely looks like he's spilling for some reason. But yeah, so we're gonna have to remove this mount right here. It's gonna be for the turn brake. There we go. Okay, so the plan roughly is we're gonna get this turn brake mounted up right about here. So let's get this bracket and start cutting this bracket out for it. We got it in with the mount, and we're roughly looking at it, thinking we're gonna run it right down to this main tube. Looking at a foot, 12 inches. So we'll cut a 12-inch piece and get her tacked in there. Should be close. Tack it in. This guy doesn't get used anymore. Wild J's Cheeto lock. We're gonna cut him off because he doesn't run it no more. What's a Cheeto lock, you ask? Cheeto lock was a park lock. He would put it on park so we could enjoy the Cheetos.
I found the culprit. Dude, I just answered that out. I wasn't done with those. I wanted to drop more down by my brakes.
Cheeto lock. Alright, so we're currently sitting in Miller's pile of junk, getting the turn brake hooked up. This guy, since we haven't unhooked any of the wiring yet, gets weaved up through here and situated right about there. That's about where she's gonna go. And I know, Miller, you didn't want it here, but I'm putting it here because if I could put mine here in my car, this is where I would want it, because it's all accessible. So if you don't like it down the road, we can change it, but we're not gonna, because it's a good spot. Well, here we go. We got her welded up. Way better. Looks way better than that thing, I think. But turn brakes installed. It's even a can holder if you want. But yeah, turn brakes in, ready to go. Cool. We gotta get all that done still. Right now, we are moving on to another project. Let's get started on that guy. Well, there you go. What these are going to be is the new Ooga horn lever. No more pushing a button like a lameoid for the Oogas. Now we got a lever. It's going to be like this. Alright, here we are. It's the next day. This might change. We're currently going to take his dash off and take a look at it. It'll be easy because it's only held on with one bolt. Well, one bolt and a zip tie. But it just flops here. Not even a tight bolt. Miller likes to use his sheet metal screws. There you go. Ooga switch. Zip tie. Cheetos wrapper just fell out. There you have it. Most of your gauges aren't even hooked up. They're all missing lights. Most of the switches aren't hooked up either. Why?
Always something.
What's probably going to end up happening, we're going to cut these tabs off. Actually, we still have the old dash. Let's go check that before we do anything. But we're going to cut these old tabs off and probably make the new dash just clean and flush. We're going to move the handle over here down to here. Same level and everything, but just down here. Yeah, actually, this whole car has been rewired. If you remember from the live wire video, the whole car is rewired. It was just never really finalized. It is a little bit up here. It's kind of organized slightly. Still a rat's nest, but better than it was. If you go back to the, what was that video? Live wire. We rewired the car. And the one thing we gotta change is Miller hates this wad of wires coming down. He can't stand that. He thinks that's the dumbest thing ever. But he hates my car, which is incredibly filthy right now. But I got a wad of wires coming down, and he thinks that's the dumbest thing in the world. But whatever, it works. But yeah, you still got wires all over. We got to clean all this up. Still actually finished taking the car apart. There we go. Oh, dirt. All right. Sorry, Miller. No more glove box. All right, we're gonna get this guy cut. I'm gonna guess right about here. We'll cut it and then weld it back on down here so it's the same, but we'll get this cut out so when we get to it we can put a nice flush clean dash in there all the way across. There we go. That guy didn't want to come out. Yeah, right about there will work. It's a little bit closer than it was, but still worked. No, it worked good enough for the Wildie when he was here. That should work. Let's get her tacked in. Yeah, that's all we're gonna tack in for now, just because we still got the seats in here. I don't want to put any scars on them. All right, we're gonna end this video here. Next video, we'll tear more into the cockpit of the car, and tear more of the car apart in general. But if you've made it this far in the video, give us a like. It really helps us out. See you next time.
They all better beware, cause the Hammerman will be there. Hammerman, Hammerman, Hammer, Hammerman, Hammer, Hammerman, Hammer, Hammerman, Hammer, oh yeah!
Oh boy! Oh, you broke the headband, dude! I don't know why you think that's so funny. Oh, I got poop too. Why are you laughing? Is that funny?
I knew that was gonna happen.